Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Welcome in this morning. It is time to rise and kind here on Kindness Rising, day 2 of hashtag Kindness Counts week. We'll be talking about activities happening around that and spotlighting a special individual who's really been driving and leading this cause for us. Absolutely one of the leaders. Appreciate that. We'll be talking about our Be Kind Rewind. Good morning, Jess. Good morning. First one in this morning, Jess. You beat Sully. I'm so glad you're here coming in to us this morning. What is cooking? Welcome to day 2 of Kindness Counts Week. Hashtag Kindness Counts Week. We're going to do Spotlight. We're going to do a Gen X cultural moment of kindness. 1986. We're throwing back to that for sure. And we are going to switch our gears a little bit too and talk about something that's been in the news and something that I love to talk about, which is branding and digital video and how we use the power of the media to help us with our business objectives as well. So welcome to Kindness Rising. Get involved in the chat. There's Roseanne, there's Sully, there's Jess, the ever faithful friends. Welcome in. Grateful to be here. Yes, absolutely. Good morning, Mother. Good morning, Jess. And we're continuing our hashtag Kindness Counts live stream, supporting that initiative, and we're remembering that kindness links us and connects and creates momentum, where one small action often leads to another. Yesterday we called it the ripple of kindness. We talked a little bit about that. Today we're talking about the chain of kindness. Same concept. Instead of a circle, it's a chain. But there's reasons why we're calling it the chain today. But same idea. We're just looking at the way that the way things spread, right? In general, a moment of encouragement can lead someone to some confidence that leads to their action and their contribution. And that contribution then has an impact. Literally, that's how simple it is. Kindness behaves like a chain reaction, one link connecting to the next, often quietly, often invisibly, but consistently if we do it. And this week on Kindness Rising, we're highlighting real examples of kindness in action through the hashtag Kindness Counts initiative, because small acts don't stay small for long. They connect, they spread, they multiply. And welcome to Kindness Rising. And I should be here. You should be seeing. I promised I would do this. Who did I promise? I promised myself. Isn't that one of the more important kinds of promises? The ones we make to ourselves. Anyway, what you're seeing right here, and I think you are. My nose is going again this morning. I apologize for keep putting my hands to my face. That's terrible. Here's your personal story. James Light is doing that for World Values Today. I just went into LinkedIn and I searched on the hashtag Kindness Counts to see what people are posting about, because that's what we're doing. You may see some things in here or that interest you. I know I have for sure. Mornings in the lab. Good morning, Keith. Good morning. I am showing off the Kindness Counts hashtag that we here at Kindness Rising are participating in. All these people out there all over the world. I've heard and met people with the kindness counts hashtag from all over the world. I'm going to be spotlighting one today who's not stateside or even North America side. So stick around for that for sure. Darlene is showing up very frequently here. Absolutely. Seeing some really cool stuff. I'm going to show you some of these videos of some of the things that people have been doing, sending thank you cards, talking about difficult truths. That's kindness. It's easy to be kind when it's convenient. I think that's a really, really good message for sure. Blood donation, profound act of kindness. Absolutely. The video we showed yesterday of kindness worldwide. Check it out. Just go to LinkedIn and do a search. Just literally a basic search. Hashtag kindness counts. And there you'll have it. There you'll see lots of activity happening. And I'll be sharing more along the way as this gains even more momentum. I hope. We're working on making it happen. Thanks everyone for coming out, sticking around, and checking out the Kindness Counts movement. Absolutely. All right. Who's up there? Say hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sully, Jess, what kind of chain reactions are you creating today? Chain reactions of kindness, chain reactions of, I don't know, Coke and milk and Pepsi. Anyone remember Milk and Pepsi? Who was that from? Gen X. I think I do remember. There was a certain television character from a Tuesday night show. My brain works very strangely sometimes. Milk and Pepsi. I think that was the favorite beverage of one of our favorite ladies from the Milwaukee brewery, Laverne and Shirley, right? Didn't Laverne drink milk and Pepsi? Good Lord. What am I talking about? I am talking about chain reactions. Chain reactions of milk and Pepsi, chain reactions in chemistry, one small interaction triggering another and another and another and another and another until that change becomes measurable. And that's the way human behavior works. That's what we're doing right here with generosity and kindness. Witnessing kindness, witnessing generosity is going to increase the likelihood that we act authentically and generously ourselves. Yes, Schlemigel, Schlemagle, Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated. Sully, thank you. You'll always bring me my Gen X connection. That's the stuff that rattles around in here. Random. Like, why would I know that Laverne DeFazio enjoyed milk and Pepsi as her primary beverage, even though she worked in a brewery? I hope I'm right about that. It could be. I could be making it up entirely. Something I made up in my brain. Could be the Fonz or somebody else. Anyway, we're off on a tangent talking about the Fonz and other people, but kindness is contagious, but it doesn't have to be in a dramatic way. It's just in a relational, step-by-step way. Someone offers their patience. That patience reduces somebody's stress, improves their communications because they're feeling better, and then stronger relationships grow from that. It's just that one interaction is all it takes, that catalyst action. And we all have the ability to do it. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do it. Sometimes we get inside of our own heads and we struggle to say the things we want or need to say. But sometimes, not sometimes, most times, and most importantly, we're able to get there. That one interaction that creates that chain of influence, the thoughtful message, the acknowledgement, the deep breath and moment of grace that creates the potential. It's that moment of potentiality. Actually, it's kind of an interesting idea. At any given moment, we are sitting here each one of us with the potential to have an impact. How are we going to trigger it in our lives? Absolutely. Jess, what's up? Oh, finals are today, Jess. Whew, hang in there. All right. Yep. Your finals. You're doing it for your family too, which is pretty cool, right? If I recall correctly, you're an adult returning student, maybe. Jess in Kansas, right? I apologize if I don't remember all the details, but taking finals, I appreciate what you're doing. I understand it entirely. Entirely. Okay. Let's keep going. We're going to move on to our kindness spotlight. Here comes the drop. Here comes the music. Here comes the boom. Right. I remember that. Thank you, Jess. My favorite little boo-doo-doo-doo. That's what wakes me up in the morning. I am glad you guys are here doing it too. And we're going to do our human spotlight today. Every day, a person who is a part of, who is leading, who is helping with the hashtag kindness counts movement. Sorry. Boom. You guys seen that? Not yet. Not yet. I guess I'm not going to reveal it yet. I'm going to hold back on who our spotlight is just because, it's fun. No, today's kindness spotlight is highlighting an individual, a participant, a leader in the kindness counts movement. Her engagement reflects something powerful, that kindness often begins with those simple, observable behaviors: encouragement, recognition, thoughtful interactions, and small moments that communicate respect. And she proved it yesterday with a video. Now, this is where it's going to take me a minute. Off goes the music, on goes the stage, a little bit smoother in every way. Okay, this is Robin Simpson, coming to us from a land down under. Yes, our another Southern Hemisphere friend who I am highlighting today as part of the Kindness Counts initiative. And I believe you guys are seeing that. And I am hopeful that you will hear this. But you will see what her Kindness Counts act was yesterday. She's sharing an act of kindness on behalf of her kids with some pre-loved books. I love that that's the way she described them. Pre-loved books to a local safe house where children who have been displaced from their family homes, sometimes in the middle of the night with no warning. Wow. Take shelter. That's a big freaking deal. Thank you so much, Robin, for your acts of kindness where you are. And hopefully it's inspirational. It's definitely inspirational to me. It's inspirational for sure. Thank you so much, Robin. Let's run the video. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And that's really mostly thanking Robin Simpson. You can see all the interactions from Kind Projects, from other people, from other names, from Elaine, who we met yesterday, and others along the way that are involved in this kindness. There she is, Robin Simpson from Koori Mountain, Queensland, Australia. Another human being who I have not met personally, but have been impacted by their content and their interest in the Kindness Counts movement. Thank you, Robin, for what you do. I hope you hear and see this message. As a matter of fact, I might just have to make sure that you do. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for being part of Kindness Rising, part of the Mornings in the Lab network. We are here for you to help human beings get up to rise and kind with less rage bait and more high fives for humanity. So thanks for joining us, Robin, and helping out. The end. Okay. That is Robin. All right. Yes, I'm singing. Jerry Ginger, your name is popping up more and more lately. Jerry, I got to tell you, it's so funny. I thought about you last night, which is ridiculous, right? No, it's not. It's not at all. What's really cool about it is that I thought about you because you hopped in last week when I was starting to make that vegetable lasagna thing, and it turned into a mess because we didn't have the right ingredients or whatever, but we made up for it and we actually made that recipe. It was a skillet pesto lasagna with vegetables that had spinach and broccoli and peas and ricotta. It was delicious. It turned out to be great. Easy to make, great. Once you have all the right ingredients, it came out really well. I grilled up some sausages on the side. Heather had some vegetarian meatballs, which I tried. They were okay. They weren't the worst things I've ever tasted, but definitely not my style entirely. But anyway, now that you know what I had for dinner, Jerry, that recipe did work out. And I think I'm going to start doing that more often. I think I'm going to start just doing random lives and popping up because I love live media. I love doing it. I love being live, interacting with people. Absolutely. Just fun. Unscripted, whatever. I mean, I don't want to be boring and I don't want to be obnoxious about it. It's not about me. It's about having a little fun together, which is what happened in 1986. In 1986, the entire world, not the entire world, excuse me. That was wrong. I should say that again. In 1986, in the Gen X era, not the entire world, but across the United States, there was an initiative that was put out there. I think one of our friends here in the chat, it might have been Sully yesterday or the day before, spoke about it specifically. It's what triggered me to do it. Pretty sure it was you, Sully. Hands Across America. Millions of people joining hands across the United States, raising awareness and funds to fight hunger and homelessness. Did you know that the producers or the people who drove the Hands Across America initiative were the same people who did We Are the World? I didn't know that until I started researching it. I couldn't remember what it was all for, what it was all about, but it was still continuation of that fighting hunger and homelessness. And each participant in that chain, they represented one small contribution, holding each other's hands. Of course, it was $10 to be part of the chain. That's how they raised money. 5 million people, though. 5 million people, near 5 million people joining hands without a single incident. That was the other thing that really, really, really struck me when I started reading and learning a little bit more, remembering more about it. 5 million people across the United States, not a single, I'm sure people got boo-boos, things happened, whatever, but there wasn't a lawsuit, there wasn't a fight, there was nothing, just people participating together, collective momentum, forming the chain of kindness. Could that happen in 2026? I mean, I think some of the recent activities have been pretty peaceful in the U.S., but we don't go there really, but we are at a ginger time, Jerry Ginger. We know this. Random stuff. I saw you sub. Yes, you do, Jerry Ginger, and yes, I did. You do random stuff. I did sub. I didn't even realize that you were out there creating the way you are. I love looking at your geese and your stuff that you're just cooking up, and it's great. It's great. I love it. It's inspirational, actually. It's really cool. So I hope I hope you'll continue to do it, and I hope other people will check out your channel too. I love to help promote other people's channels, what they're doing. That's what's amazing about this is if you're out there, you could do it. You could be part of it. You could whatever message you want to, whatever you want to do. You want to show your geese, and you want to show your ponds and all the awesome places you live and how you're impacting and interacting with the world, you can do that just like Jerry Ginger does. Jess, a caregiver, I don't know what you would want to do in terms of being a caregiver and showing it to the world, but show it to the world, whatever it is you're doing. Working, people need to be inspired by what other people are doing, especially people like the ones who come here who take action every day, even if that action is chill. It's chill, right, Jerry Ginger? You're like, it's easy when you're imaginary. Yeah, exactly. It's easy when you're imaginary. That's great. Love it. Your little gingerbread guy and all that. That's great, great stuff. Check out Jerry Ginger, Jess. Hang in there, Sully. Do what you got to do. Thank you. The show is good for social science people like life coaches and counselors. I would hope so. I just hope it's good for everybody. I appreciate that. All right. So I got to get to this. It's 7:51 and 7:51 a.m. Eastern here on the East Coast. You're coming in live with Matthew Roof. The soulful sounds of Kindness Rising. I don't know. That's terrible AM DJ voice. Not really well practiced in it, but I used to love to do that when I was a kid. Just pretend. 8:16 this morning. 8:16. Keith is saying 8:16. 8:16. I'm not very good with numbers either. No, 8:16. All right, Keith, I'll be there for sure. Mornings in the lab. Drop in. We'll check out what's happening at 8:16 a.m. Everybody go on over. Check it out. Mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends. Something interesting is happening. And I promised that I would get to this. I made a thumbnail about it. When I make a thumbnail about something, I got to talk about it, even if it's a little silly. No, I made a thumbnail about this because because it came up again. It came up again in my feed, and I just think it's interesting. This ongoing. Remember the burger wars when we were kids, right? McDonald's, Wendy's. It still goes on. Obviously, it's huge, and I'm not promoting the use and consumption of fast food here, but it is fascinating to watch what's happening with these CEOs of the burger chains, right? So Burger King CEOs now back is in the spotlight doing commercials, and we know what happened with our friends at McDonald's too, but more are stepping into the spotlight. Where's the beef? Jerry, where is the beef? I don't know. There's a joke actually that goes with that. That's not Kindness Rising appropriate. So we'll talk about that later. It takes two hands. All right. No, for real though, more CEOs are appearing in the old ladies. Where's the beef? No, that was Wendy's. Wendy's was Where's the Beef. Anyway, these CEOs are appearing more and more, right, to build trust, not logos, not taglines. That's what we do here when we go live. That authenticity works because audiences are remarkably skilled at detecting performance, right? Yeah, we definitely have a few Gen Xers here for sure. And so it's a risk. It's a risk when that leader steps into the spotlight, right? And I believe, my point of view is always that authenticity beats polish, but also the fact that authenticity is easy to detect, right? When someone who's not an actor is acting, it's easy to detect. And not everybody is made for the camera in that way, without some coaching, without some direction, right? And so, yeah, so the McDonald's CEO who got in trouble, my opinion on that is his team failed him. Because I know that's not how he acts in real life. I know that. But when you go on, you're the image. People want to know what you are, and they immediately associate that with you. So that awkwardness was probably not how he would really approach that, but they probably told him, slow down, put your arms in, hold your hands this way, look at the camera. Da-da. You get what I'm saying? Overproduced, and it made it awkward. Made it very awkward. Burger King guy. I don't even remember these guys' names. Burger King guy, different. Michelle, 5157. Welcome this morning. Absolutely. I am glad you are here helping us remember that authenticity beats polish on Kindness Rising and mornings in the lab. Absolutely. We want to continue to show up consistently. And so the question is, should brands feature their CEOs more often? What do you guys think? Humans behind the brand? Does it increase trust? Does it increase scrutiny? I'm just curious what people think. It's starting to be more and more and more. Again, I lean into absolutely, but I also think that people need media coaching and encouragement to just literally be themselves. And I also think perhaps boards and leadership needs to think about that when they're hiring their CEOs. Absolutely, performance, shareholder value, all that stuff, right, is what business is built on. But it can very much be lost on brand. So I think it's important to think about the idea that you're hiring a leader that is consistent with your brand too, especially in a world where this is how we're building. We're building authenticity, building trust. The charismatic and honest, vulnerable, trusting leader is going to be the one I think that's going to succeed in the future. As far as humans goes, there needs that in the organization. I'm not saying we don't need whiz kids and tech wizards and idea people but the human connection part is going to be even more and more essential as part of leadership. We're not going to lose it. We're just going to put different kinds of focus on it. It's very interesting. How do actors make a living if we all get real? That's a great question. That's actually a very good question, Jerry Ginger. And it's what happened in the media industry and the writers union when TV producers, broadcast producers realized that it's a lot less expensive and a lot easier, and people love it. Reality TV, that's where reality TV comes from. Absolutely. Except that those people many times are actors in certain ways, and there's certainly techniques that are used to suck us in. Okay, anyway, wow, that half an hour absolutely blew by, and I didn't even get to the kindness compass. That's okay. I'm going to do it right now. The 4 ways to create the first link. I have to do it. It's what I do. I come here every day to give you something to take away with you. Initiate. Offer encouragement without waiting for a reason. Acknowledge. Recognize someone's effort when you see it. Connect with them. Introduce people who may benefit of knowing each other. Be the connecting point. I love that. And amplify. Share positive actions when you observe them, because small relational behaviors create expanding circles of trust. That's it for me today on Kindness Rising. I'm glad you joined me. Don't forget to hashtag kindness counts. Check it out. Search on it. Look for other videos. Support the people who are out there doing that. I'll be back tomorrow with more stories of humans and organizations that are doing good work for good people. Until then, Well, first you're going to get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, because apparently there's a surprise. And then we're going to get back here 7:30 tomorrow morning. Until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.